When I demonstrated the headline and created a paragraph style for it, I said there probably wasn't a reason I would use drop caps in a headline. There is one possibility for achieving an effect like this using drop caps, and I will clear out the styles here and then again select my typeface. Was going to be Trade Gothic, heavy condensed. I'll do this one in bold condensed. No, I think I still like the heavy condensed. Heavy condensed, and I'm going to make it 24 point this time on a lid of 24 for now, I think. Let's say that I create a new paragraph style, and I'll call this head with drop cap, and we'll experiment a little. Okay, let's see now. In the paragraph control panels, I could find my drop cap here, and I'll say this is going to be a one-line drop cap, but I'm going to do it for, actually, I'm going to get a two-line drop cap and do it for 8 characters. Nope, 9 characters. And then I could select this part and use a baseline shift. Now, I generally avoid baseline shift, and I'll give you an example of why in a minute. Baseline shift would be a character function, so character palette, and that's this little symbol right here with the capital A and the small a floating up above it. And this will shift your type, the baseline of your type, above or below the baseline. You shift this down to here. I could have this centered on that, or I could have it down there so that the baseline stays the same. You'll center it on that one. Head with drop cap and make it, let's see, drop cap. Two lines for 9 characters. There you go. And let's see. Basic character options. Advanced baseline shift doesn't show on here because it doesn't apply to the paragraph as a whole. It only applies to the page layout text where I actually applied it. Get clear all, and you'll see that that's where the baseline shift is. It's an exception to the paragraph rule. I'll leave that there. Nah, I guess I'll put that down there. I'd like to show you what happens when you use, well, look at that, there's 2 spaces there. When you use baseline shift in the wrong place, like if you used it to move this paragraph down, let's say I want to move this paragraph down some, I'm going to move it down a lot. And do a return there. Okay, so this paragraph, you can see when I run my cursor across this, I'm on that line of type. On this one, if I run my cursor across here, I'm going to capitalize this so you see where I actually am. I'm actually down here because I use baseline shift to confuse myself as to where the baseline or what line of type I'm actually selecting. So this is something I see students do sometimes to try to move a paragraph, and this is why it's a bad idea, because if you move it far enough, you have no idea where your baseline actually is relative to your cursor. You select this paragraph and make this a baseline shift of -14, which is the type size. You can see that's actually missed the one up here. See, these lines of type up here aren't affected because I didn't even know they were there. I couldn't see them when I selected this stuff. So again, baseline shift is not for making those kinds of radical adjustments to the position of a paragraph. It's for making an adjustment in a very specific case, like, you know, well, maybe this is supposed to be a superscript here. I can move this up, although we actually have a superscript function that will do that automatically. Generally speaking, you know, this right here, maybe move this up a little. Generally speaking, you don't want to use baseline shift to adjust things at the paragraph level. You want to use it in particular situations, such as possibly in this display situation, or if there's some reason that I needed to move some word or character or symbol up or down. I don't know, maybe I've got a bullet here, and I want that bullet to actually sit on the baseline. I can move it down with baseline shift, but I wouldn't move the whole paragraph. I wouldn't move large sections. Here's another solution to that mixed size, mixed baseline headline. So again, I'm going to have a 3-line drop cap for 9 characters. My type size is 24 point. I'm going to change the lead value to 12, which is half of the type size. And then actually it looks like I have to go a little bigger on my headline if I want that same size. And then rather than using a baseline shift, now that I know that this is 4 lines high, actually I don't think I want to do that. I think, well, I'll go ahead and do that. I'll put a soft return in here, and that roughly centers this on the project 5 part of the headline. I put it there or down there. Let's go back to the type size and make this 18 point lead. Make sure I get the whole thing selected when I do that. 18 point lead, and take it back to a 3-line drop cap. And again, with a soft return, that's shift and the return key or enter key, to move this down to the center of these 3 lines that are the equivalent of the height of project 5. So that's another way of achieving that sort of look.